transitioning from religion to spirituality. I want to talk about this because I know how most people are dealing with this. Now, first off, let's just say it, kind of just throw it out there. It's a mindset, honestly. You are transitioning from a very stiff mindset to being free. Now, spirituality, I use that word because I know people will understand that, because oftentimes people will be like, hey, what's your religion? They'll be like, well, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. And that doesn't really make sense to anyone, especially the hardcore religious people. They don't get that. And truthfully, I don't get it, but I know with that title, everyone knows what we mean. So I have to kind of break down where I'm coming from. When I think about spirituality, I just think about non-physical, meaning our non-physical existence. I just keep it simple, take off all the clothing, all the dressing, all the love and the light and all of that, keeping it simple. A lot of people will be like this, I don't know about religion, but I believe in God. I don't believe in God. So let's be clear there. I don't believe in God. Believe is the key word in that if you're confused. And when I just said I don't believe in God and your heart dropped and the love and light just left your hands and everything just dimmed and now you see Satan creeping through the side part of, no. It just means that I don't believe, right? And that's what I'm saying here. Now I have a video where it says, Kiki, do you believe in God? And I broke it down. When I say that I am spiritual, it simply means that for me, those words mean I'm free. It means that I'm not burdened by your thoughts or that person's thoughts. It means that I am tuning into who I am. When you get rid of the indoctrination, when you get rid of the books, when you get rid of, if you're a Scorpio, Virgo, and all that kind of stuff, when you get rid of the personality of a Kiki Cinza, what this person said or how it was written, when you get rid of all of that stuff, that is the path that I'm on, knowing who I am without any of the dressing. That right there is who I am. That's my path. That's what spirituality means to me. Meaning you're saying, you know what? I hear what you said over here and I heard what you said over here and all that stuff sounds really, really, really interesting. I'm more interested in knowing who I am without anything you just said. Okay, that's the path of spirituality. That's the path that frightens people. That's the path that people start searching and scrounging for love and light, which are just more constructions because there is no said structure that they can follow. There is no book to read. There's nothing to follow to know yourself. And you see things like meditation, and people are afraid of meditation. All these different spiritual paths, hanging out with crystals and all this extra stuff that people do, all because they want a little crutch on the way. And there's nothing wrong with a crutch, but that's what all this stuff is. So that's why I'm really talking about this, because what I found is that most people who say they're spiritual, they're into spirituality, they then create a religion because they can't get rid of religion to now explore who they are. Still afraid to explore yourself without rules. You're still afraid to just take everything off and just be naked. So you say, well, no, I can't just be naked. Maybe if I put these earrings on, I'll be in tuned and, this will become clear. Or maybe if I put these drawers on, I'm using clothing as a metaphor if you haven't figured it out. If I put these drawers on, then I'll be more secure and everything won't just be flying out in all these different areas. Maybe if I protect myself in a shield of love and light, I will be okay. The thing is that that's not what this whole thing is about. One, release the fear. All you're doing is exploring what's always been there. And it's been covered with a whole bunch of other stuff that you've put on yourself, your parents have put on yourself, society has put on. Because without the control, without these layers, you're just free freaking wheeling out here. And that is what people are afraid of, essentially. When people say they're afraid of darkness, because darkness is truly infinite, right? This idea of not seeing everything in the way that you think you're supposed to see it. They want to be blinded by the love and light because once again, it gives them something to feel good about, to help these people release themselves from religion. One way to do it is study religions. We all know, of course, the 3 Abrahamic religions, but then I want you to go into other places. So you start studying, the Celtic and Norse Norse traditions, right? You can start going into Oceania. So think about the Papua New Guinea. What are they doing in Papua New Guinea? What are they doing, the Aboriginals or the indigenous people of Australia? What were they doing? What's dream time? What were the different spiritual practices and religions throughout people? All like study the religions. And if you can, travel to these places, right? Now, let's be clear. I never was religious in the sense that I had a religion, but it does not mean I did not have a religious mindset, if you will. I don't truly feel I had that, but what I'm saying is that I have, how do I put it? Prior to being completely free, I was still very, very, very aware of religion, right? That in many ways I was like, well, I know I'm not Christian because that was the main religion in front of me, and I know I'm not Jewish because that was a religion also around me, and I know I'm not Islam because that was a religion. All these religions were around me. I know I'm not Hindu, but all I was seeing were people who were in religion. I didn't know people who were just like free-willing, meaning they didn't come out and say it like, here I am saying it to you. My father wasn't religious, but it wasn't like he ever said, yo, I ain't religious. Do you know what I'm saying? It never just came straight out. So I was always surrounded by it, if you will. What I did was to learn more is I studied religion. When I was in college, I took a world religion class. I learned about Jainism, I learned about Taoism, I learned about Buddhism and so forth. And I forget the religions that we follow. But then I went to a black school, everyone, a historically black college and university, and European religions never came up. Never came up in the world religion class. How so? How come? How did that happen? But I was introduced to it regardless in school because I was an artist. And being an artist means you study everything.